Hey guys, what's going on tonight? I got a crazy story to share with you, and I'm actually going to put the picture at the beginning of this video of the owl. It was this humongous barn owl, but what the story is about is it's about 12:38, so it's actually Tuesday morning, but this happened Monday. It was probably around 7 o'clock at night. It's already dark then, but my daughter and her boyfriend was over tonight, and my wife, and they were all hanging out and talking, and he was getting ready to leave, and for some reason my wife walked outside first, and her white car, it's the one that you'll see you saw in the picture, was just sitting in the driveway. And there was this huge owl sitting on it. And she yelled at my daughter and her boyfriend to come out there and look at it. And this big owl actually let them take its picture. And then it flew away. And then my daughter's boyfriend was just being real goofy and silly. And he said, "I'm going to call it back." And he started making these weird bird calls or something. And right when he did that, a bird, not the owl, but just another bird out of nowhere, flew right into the house, the brick, right where they were standing, and like fell off and then flew away. And then, this is the crazy part, my daughter's window is right above, and she had her blinds open. And right after this bird hit the side of the house, he hit the brick, the owl, that same owl that was on her car, it flew into our house right where my daughter's window is, and not just once but twice. And my wife said that she just had it was just the creepiest night, and I didn't believe her. And my daughter and her boyfriend, they all are like, yeah, that's absolutely what happened. But just so you understand, how often do you walk outside and see a huge owl sitting on your car? And the owl let them take its picture and flew away. And then my daughter's boyfriend, his name's Mark, he started doing bird calls, like, I don't know, some weird whistle or something. And just another bird flew into the house right in the brick. And then right after that happened, the same owl flew into her window twice. It's just, that's just crazy. I just wanted to share that with you guys. I actually got a really good clip that I'm going to put on the end of this video. This is their plans, the whole ball game, all in a nutshell. And I'm probably going to title it, How Much Crazier Can It Get? Or I don't know, I might do something like that. But now I was just thinking when I was driving back a while ago that I think as we get closer to the end, it's, like where it says in 2 Thessalonians, it says the mystery of iniquity doth already work. And then it says, only he who letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. Well, regardless if you believe that that's talking about the Holy Spirit. I believe the restrainer is the Holy Spirit. And I know I got some of my subscribers that think it's Michael. But regardless of whether it's Michael or the Holy Spirit, when that where it says only he who letteth will let until he's taken out of the way, when that restrainer is taken out of the way, and then that horse, the pale horse, where hell, says death and hell comes on this earth. Now we can already see the veil is getting thinner now, with just supernatural crazy stuff happening, like that story I just told you. And then last Saturday night, I saw all those like 50 or 60 lights in the sky. And one sub brought up a good, what I believe it might be is the NASA's surveillance system. Because we know that NASA's not using the $48 million a day for space. But NASA, I totally think it's military. And all those lights in the sky, it's probably either getting ready to make the way for the blue beam, that big deception that's coming, or it could be part of the just the surveillance, the beast system. But either way, it's just, I know all you guys can tell too, it's just everything right now is getting just dark. It's kind of like the light. When the light starts becoming less and less, there's a whole lot less of God's children out there. It's like the darkness starts taking over. It happens in certain cities. I know you guys heard of New Orleans or Haiti, where it's like the majority of people start practicing voodoo and black magic. But it's like the darkness just starts taking over and everything. But anyway, I don't want to ramble on too much. I was just wanted to share that story, and I'm going to put this video on the end. But this lady, and I don't know who she is. I'll put the original link in the description. I mean, I have no doubt that she's probably a Freemason, but they do tell you the truth in plain sight a lot of times. But you guys check this out and share it with everybody you know. I mean, it's absolutely insane. But anyway, guys, let me know in the comments what you think. But this lady lays it out exactly what's coming. But anyway, hope you guys enjoy this. Y'all have a good night. Take care. God bless.
Melissa Chimay, welcome to the Iconoclast 1-to-1. Thanks for joining me today.
Thanks for inviting me. They want to put all your medical data and all your financial data onto that chip. That will be your complete ID, and they can control you or shut you out of society from that. Ideally, they'd like to put a quantum tattoo so that they can remotely medicate you. That sounds absolutely insane. That's the road that we are going down right now. This is a banking crisis. Every fiat currency in history, and there have been thousands, have returned to zero. This is where we are. With the pound and the dollar have already lost over 99% of their value. They're just going to eradicate the other 1%. This is why the money is being printed. The money is being printed so that the central banks can give it out to the hedge fund companies, asset management firms. They're buying up all the actual assets while we are being paid to stay at home and say nothing.
So the central bank, because what I've heard about obviously is a central bank digital currency. Mm-hmm. What's the difference between that then and a fiat currency? Like if this is another reset, is it going to be the same story or is this going to be different?
The central bank digital currency is the end game.
Okay.
Along with totalitarian control. In order to bring in a central bank digital currency, you need a digital ID. In order to bring in a digital ID, you need these passports. That will all be combined with a social credit system and a carbon credits system. Central bank digital currency has all the good aspects of a fiat currency for the government and nothing of what is good for us. The only benefit we have of a fiat currency is basically it's backed by nothing. It's a currency because the government say it is so. What we gain from that is privacy. That's what we are going to lose when we move into a central bank digital currency, and they're going to have complete control over every aspect of our finances. They can dictate where in the economy that you can spend it. They can say that you can only spend it in essential goods or on rent. They can fine you at will. They have complete control over every aspect of your finances. Now, when you link that into a social credits concept, they can sanction you or reward you. This has already been trialled in, I think, a province in northern China, where you go from a AAA rating down to a D rating. AAA, you get preference for jobs, your children get preference for schooling. D, they can take your qualifications off you.
They can take your qualifications off?
They can take your qualifications.
So they can literally say, no, we can just dismiss anything you've actually achieved in your life?
Yeah.
Just like that?
Mm-hmm.
How close are we to this?
We are very close to this because of compliance. Everybody has to buy into this. We have watched them move down, the propaganda move down the demographic. This started off with protect the vulnerable. Then it went down the age groups, pregnant women. Now it's children. Everybody, without exception, has to buy into this. This is the new financial system.
Why do they need children? Children are earning, they're not, so right now, why are they after them right now?
Well, they need to condition them and they still need to be part. Right now, children would still need to be part of the financial system. They also need the data from the children. We're moving into AI technology. Mm-hmm. Data is the new gold. Energy is the new currency. Data is the new gold. With the children, they have them from a young age. They can track their behaviours. AI is only as good as the information that goes into it. So if you are gathering all this data from the children, you can program AI. Under the Obama administration, this last day in office, there was a paper that backed up by MIT that 83% of all jobs earning $20 or less will be automated away by 2030. The future is AI. They need the data.
So that's a tremendous number of people, surely. Mm-hmm. So what's going to happen to them?
Universal basic income.
So they will be sitting at home getting a basic wage, but they won't be able to actually participate then? Is that what you're saying? Kind
yes.
of in terms of production, in terms of actually leading?
They won't be needed.
Production.
They will not be needed. With the way technology is going, they're expected not to be needed.
Okay, so this sounds absolutely terrifying and complete doom and gloom. Is it inevitable? Are we absolutely going to end up where these people who are organising this actually want us to go?
If we continue to comply, yes. The target is small to medium businesses because they account for 60% of all jobs, and the target is the children. I don't know why anybody would let their child take part in this clinical trial. They're of virtually no risk. There's more risk of them drowning. Even if it was 100% safe and there was long-term data done, why would you let your child participate? There is a push right now, as I say, it's moved down the demographic. The push is now for children. I know in the north, it's only just the vaccination for children only just started. Already 25%, just over 25% of 12 to 15-year-olds have taken part. 56% of children aged 16 to 17 have taken part. They have to get them into the system. So in order for this new financial system, in order to participate in society right now, we have to have these passports. If they were told from the beginning that you're not really, at best it's treatment to reduce symptoms. You're not covered for the first 2 weeks, but you're not really covered until you get the second one, and it wanes after 6 months. So you're actually only covered for 4 months. This is the information we know right now. Yeah. Why would you be getting your children it? If you know that at best it only protects you for 4 months, why would you be getting your children? It's simple. Let's be real, parents. It's so that your children can participate in society. That is the only reason that you are taking them in and getting them it. You're taking a risk so that your children could participate in society. We have to have these passports to participate in society. The next move is that we have to have a central bank digital currency wallet in order to participate in the financial society.
So what do we do? What does the ordinary person in the street do? What does a small business owner do? We need some solutions here, because obviously that is pretty dystopian.
For a small to medium business owner, what they need to do is absolutely do not comply. Their threat is unlawful fines. Their business will be gone anyway. They're under attack. These businesses have to be eradicated in order for the new system to come into place, because they need you dependent on the state for the social credits, the carbon
So you're
credits.
saying that even if they do comply now, essentially they're going to try and find another way to squeeze them out?
Well, they have reduced their footfall. It started with nobody could participate in society. Then it was if you comply, you can participate in society. Then it's going to be if you adopt central bank digital currency, you can participate in society. And then it's going to be social and carbon credits. So for these businesses, they could just decide to, I think it was after World War I, taxes were 90%. They can just go straight into their account and tax them 90%, whatever they want, they have complete control. But they want them gone because they want to eradicate any independence. So they need to not comply. Those businesses, especially restaurants, they're dependent. They have a small profit margin. They're dependent on footfall. The government is dictating who their customer base is. For me, if a business puts out that you have to have a passport to enter the business, I'm not showing my papers. I know how this works in history.
Yeah.
I'm not showing my papers to enter a business because there's absolutely no reason for you to need to know my vaccine status for me to enter your business. It's not a medical decision, and I know how it's going to work out economically.
But particularly because it's been shown that it's not stopping transmission. I think that, and it's such a good point, you know, that people are taking it actually to protect themselves, maybe at best. Mm-hmm. And the reality, really, and even people who are delighted with a, what's it called, like a recovered certificate, they still have to show their medical information. So they're still part, so they kind of feel, oh, well, I haven't had the vaccine, so I'm kind of cleverly avoided that, but they're still in. So the reality is it's going to move on probably from vaccines, and it's going to be something else.
What happens when your 9 months runs out? Mm. This is coming for everybody. You might be going ahead and going to the restaurants right now because your passport's green. It's a matter of time before everybody's passport turns from green to red for various different reasons. It could be they could decide if you that you have mental health issues, and if you don't take a particular medication, or if you have to take statins, anything, in order to participate in society. The new normal is a continual changing of the goalposts. Mm. So you will never be fully in. It is like the constant updates that you get in the computer. You're never completely updated. Same with your phone.
Always happens at the wrong time as well, doesn't it? Mm-hmm. Just as you're about to do something, and it goes on, and you're stuck. And then you're stuck. You can't do anything. You're literally waiting.
Well, you could be about to go out to eat, and because if you look at under the WF, we have the Internet of Things. They want to move into the Internet of Bodies. The Internet of Things is, so your watch connects with your phone connects with your fridge, your TV.
Heating system, like everything.
They want it to be Internet of Bodies, where you connect via, in their words, an ingestible, a wearable, or an injectable. This is their words, so that you connect to all of this. This is all data that's available. Go and look at the WEF website, scroll down, Fourth Industrial Revolution. They want to blur the line between human and technology, robots. And you have these billionaires trying to take over control of the people and all of the wealth. That's what's happening right now. Like, while we're sitting at home, there's a wealth heist going on. Everything is being bought up around us. And meanwhile, what we have is being inflated away.
Inform how I think, how I write, and how I communicate with the public every day, especially during the present unsettling times. Just as important, however, is the Jesuit emphasis on social justice and service to others. And now is the time, if ever there was one, for us to care selflessly about one another.
CVI published its advice in the last hour. First, it advised that the minimum dose interval for booster jabs should be halved from 6 months to 3 months. Second, that the booster program should be expanded to include all remaining adults aged 18 and above. Third, that these boosters should be offered by age group in a descending order to protect those who are most vulnerable to the virus. So priority will be given to older adults and people over 16 who are at risk. Fourth, that severely immunosuppressed people aged 16 or above who've received 3 primary doses should now also be offered a booster dose. Finally, that children aged between 12 and 15 should be given a second dose 12 weeks from the first dose. I have accepted this advice in full. With this new variant on the offensive, these measures will protect more people more quickly and make us better protected as a nation.
One day, Jesus is coming. You may be at church. You may be at work. You may be asleep. God grant that you will be ready when he makes his personal appearance. My God, what if his appearance occurs on a Sunday morning? My prophetic word to you this morning is get ready, get ready!